Right now, under a quiet field in Wyoming, there is a magma chamber big enough to bury the state of Rhode Island 3 times over. It has erupted 3 times before. Each time it nearly wiped out life on this continent. Scientists say it's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And today, we find out what happens the moment it finally does. Minute 0. The ground opens. It starts with a shudder, not an earthquake, something deeper. For weeks, the ground under Yellowstone has been rising, inches at first, then feet. Rangers dismiss it as normal geothermal activity. It isn't. At 6:14 in the morning, the crust finally gives way. A crack tears open across the caldera floor, 30 miles long. Within seconds, pressure that has been building for 70,000 years is released all at once. The eruption doesn't look like a mountain exploding. There's no single volcano here. The whole valley becomes the volcano. A column of ash and gas rockets upward at over 100 miles per hour. In under 10 minutes, it punches through the stratosphere, 25 miles high. Here's the part most people don't know. The explosion itself isn't what kills the most people. What happens in the next 60 seconds is worse. The first hour, the valley dies. Superheated rock, gas, and ash, called a pyroclastic flow, races outward from the caldera at highway speeds, some surges hitting 460 miles per hour. It's not lava. It's a wall of gas hot enough to melt aluminum, and it moves faster than anything can outrun it. Everything within 40 miles is gone in minutes. Not burned, vaporized. Old Faithful, the geysers, the forests, the wildlife, the landscape millions of people photographed on vacation simply ceases to exist.
But the shockwave doesn't stop there. It flattens trees up to 100 miles away. And the sound is heard across 3 states, a low boom that rattles windows from Salt Lake City to Denver. The people closest never had a chance. The people 200 miles away are about to face something almost as dangerous. Hour 6. The ash comes for America. Wind carries the ash cloud east. This isn't soft, powdery ash like a campfire. It's ground glass. Sharp volcanic rock shattered into microscopic shards. In Billings, Montana, 140 miles away, the sky turns black at midday. Ash begins falling like snow, but nothing melts it. Here's the surprising fact. 2 inches of this ash is enough to collapse a roof. 6 inches is enough to stop a car engine completely, because it clogs air filters in minutes. In Denver, 500 miles from the caldera, the airport shuts down. Every commercial flight over the central United States is grounded, because volcanic ash doesn't show up on radar, and it can melt inside a jet engine, then re-harden into glass. For 60 million people, breathing outdoor air is now dangerous. The ash is so fine it lodges deep in lungs and never leaves. And this is only day 1. What happens over the following weeks reaches every continent on Earth. Week 1. The sky changes color. By now, the eruption has thrown an estimated 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and rock into the atmosphere, enough to bury the entire state of Texas 5 feet deep. Sulfur dioxide gas, injected miles into the stratosphere, begins turning into tiny reflective particles. These particles start circling the entire planet, carried by high-altitude winds. Sunsets turned blood red worldwide, even in places that felt nothing from the eruption itself. People in London and Tokyo photograph the sky, not yet realizing they're watching the beginning of a global problem. Because sulfur particles don't just make pretty sunsets, they block sunlight. And sunlight is the one thing every farm on Earth depends on. Month 3. The temperature drop. Global average temperatures begin falling. Scientists estimate by 5 to 10 degrees Celsius in the first year,
similar to what happened after the Mount Tambora eruption in 1815, which caused what history calls the year without a summer. Except this eruption is estimated to be up to 6,000 times more powerful than Tambora. Frost hits farmland in July. Growing seasons across North America, Europe, and Asia shrink or disappear entirely. Wheat, corn, and rice, the crops that feed billions, fail simultaneously across multiple continents. This is the part disaster movies never show you. It's not the explosion that threatens the most lives, it's the empty grocery shelf, 6 months later, on the other side of the planet. Year 1. A different world. The United States has lost its agricultural heartland to ash contamination. The Midwest, once called the breadbasket of America, is now a gray, lifeless plain that will take decades to recover. Global food prices spike beyond what any government can control. Nations that once exported grain now hoard it. And yet, here is the fact almost nobody expects. Life does not end. Human beings have survived supervolcanic winters before. Some scientists believe a massive eruption 74,000 years ago in Sumatra, called Toba, nearly wiped out early humans, and we still made it through. The Earth heals. Forests eventually return, nourished ironically by volcanic soil, some of the most fertile on the planet. Rivers reroute. Yellowstone itself, over thousands of years, begins forming a new caldera, quietly building toward the next one. Here's what almost nobody realizes. This isn't a hypothetical monster hiding in the future. Yellowstone has already done this 3 times. 2.1 million years ago, 1.3 million years ago, and 640,000 years ago. Each eruption was roughly 600,000 years apart. We are now sitting at 640,000 years since the last one. Scientists monitor the caldera every single day, and most agree a major eruption isn't imminent for thousands of years. But the ground underneath Yellowstone is still rising, still breathing, still alive. So here's the question worth sitting with. If the next chapter of human history is already being written beneath our feet, quietly, 1 inch at a time, would we even recognize the warning signs before it's too late?